I swear to God, the monetize your life guy is stumped. And I'm stumped because I'm asking the question, can Manus AI make us some money? Now, I don't know if you've heard about Manus AI, but I have because Facebook bought them. But I had heard about Manus AI long before that because it was a tool that to me was more using more agentic approaches than anything I had seen. Now, we've seen the normal LLMs, large language models. We've seen those, and they aren't very impressive. But then Manus comes along, and in a quick order, it starts doing crazy things. So I put it to the test, and I says, Manus, I want you to make me money, but not in the way you might think. The way normal people think, or regular people that are using vibe coding tools think about using these tools is to ask it directly, Manus, make me money. And that's the wrong thing to do. We don't want to do that. We want to hit it from an angle. We want to say, Manus, I want you to do what you do best and tell me if this tool can make me money. Now, the tool we're going to be talking about is Tally. If y'all haven't heard of Tally, then let me just say Google Forms, move out the way because Google Forms ain't got nothing on Tally. And darn it, I don't know why, but I am not an affiliate of Tally yet. But this is what I talk about here all the time at this channel. I talk about how we can monetize our lives just from regular things that we come in contact with. And as the monetize your life guy, it's my responsibility and job to go out there and find stuff for you. So if you haven't heard of Manus, then I'm going to maybe turn you on to Manus. And if you haven't heard of Tally, maybe I turn you on to Tally. And then that becomes worth our time together today. So you want to take a look at Manus because at first it was going to be like, Manus, you're a hot mess. But I want to show you Tally first. All right. So let me show you Tally. Tally is a tool that we can use. Now, watch this. Now, Tally is this tool right here. Tally is a form builder, basically. All right. Let's get out of there. You don't need to know all that. So, Tally is a place where you can just make forms. Look at that. Tally.so. I use it from time to time, not a lot. It's because I really was like, I don't want to pay for another thing, but they got some really cool stuff in here. But it started dawning on me because I'm seeing a lot of other people use Tally. And so I started asking around. I started saying, hey, I wonder if Manus can help me develop a strategy so that it can then tell me how I can make money from using Tally. Now, look at this. Here's what Tally does. Let's say if I clicked on new form, then it would allow me to go ahead and create a form. It's got a little AI and it's doing all of its things. But look at this. It's giving us instructions. Create your first form, get started with templates, embed your form, all that kind of cool stuff, right? Collect payments. Wait, what? Yes, collect payments. This is one of the cool things. Calculators, mentions, and all that kind of stuff, right? Tally is a form builder that works like a doc. Just type / to insert a form block and @ to mention question answers. Okay, so far so good, right? So we go in here and we go, what is this? What is this? And I like to say, really? And then I go, can it make me money? Right? And then we go, all right, let's hit enter. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Wait, what? I thought we were supposed to do some stuff. But if we hit that / and a forward key, so remember, if we hit forward key, we can still now do some things, right? So we got drop down, we got all kinds of stuff that we can add to this form. Now, if you look at it and you start going, wait a minute. So it seems to me that Tally is a form builder that allows me to do more stuff. Yeah. Now that's where we start getting into, right? So we say, okay, what else can it do? We look here and it goes, okay, we can add a cover. What would that look like? Oh, that's the cover, right? So if we change the cover, we can put a cover to our form. So what if we did that, right? It says, hey, okay, cool. Let's go to Unsplash and let's find some covers, all right? Let's just say we're going to say, yeah, some stuff like this, right? So that's a cover. But look at this. Already, it's already acting like it's some kind of page builder. So we've got Tally Forms, and then we go, okay, it's got some really cool features. And then we go, well, okay, well, what else can I do? But you start seeing that you have Tally, a form builder that's acting like a page builder. In other words, almost like a landing page builder. So it should start making you ask some questions of it, right? Look at this. We got templates that we can use. Let's go over to the template products, template areas. Now, look at this. Here are some products that we can create as templates. So you got the regular old form builders, right? I'm not excited yet. Then you go, okay, this is interesting. What is that? I can start doing lead generation from this stuff. Yeah, that's the key. By my team, products. Look at this. We go in here, office, personal, marketing. Let's go into marketing since I am into marketing. So you see what it does. It starts saying, okay, cool. I got some form stuff, but still, I'm not excited until you see something that if you haven't seen it yet, you're blind. Look at this. 11,190 people use this form. Wait, what? Now, I'm going to get to it in a minute. Hold on. 13,010 people use this form. 17,551 people use this form. 50,319 people use this form. Wait, lead generation form? Yep. Now wait for it. We're going to go over to Manus and we're going to say, hey, Manus, what is this telling me? Watch what I do next. This is where the gold is. So you look at all these different forms that are already pre-built, kind of, sort of, maybe, kind of, right? All right. And you see that you can do a couple of things really, really fast, really, really quickly, and wait for it, for free. Okay, they're going to put their little branding on it, but who cares? If we're going out there and doing lead generation, testing things out, this is what we do. We're monetized. We're monetize our lifers. We are constantly going out there trying things. All right, y'all with me? Good. Here's what else. Now, when I look at this, I look at it from a different perspective. I go, where there's people doing stuff, that means there's a need. Where there's people doing stuff, that means there are leads. Where there's people doing stuff, I need to be over there so I can get the bag. That don't rhyme, but y'all know what I mean. So look at this. So 50,000 people downloaded this form. I want to do something even more interesting. Watch what I do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to print this page, right? You know how I use this other free tool called Print Friendly. Now watch this. I'm going to either take a screenshot or I'm going to download the whole page because I just want to now use this page. Now look at this. It's got all these different things on here. It's showing me boom, boom, boom. I don't know why that lady keeps showing up, but whatever. Now I'm going to create a PDF. Boom. Downloading my PDF. Y'all seeing what is happening. Now, if you know what I'm about to do, just raise your hand. My PDF has been downloaded. Great, great, great. There it is. Tally.so. It's showing me all of this stuff that I have done. Now, watch what happens next. I'm going to go over to manus.im and I'm going to ask it a question. Now, I've already been in here tooling around asking questions of it. I ask questions like this. Hey, Manus, how can I make money from Tally? And it says, oh, you want to monetize your audience with Tally Forms? It has already, it's just doing too much. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get out of here. Let me show you. Now, Manus AI, in my opinion, is better. Oh my gosh, am I about to say this? Is better than ChatGPT? Yes. But look at this. I asked Manus to be my monetization specialist. Now, y'all know I'm the Monetize Your Life guy. I told you I would be talking about digital product creation, products that we can create, set, send people to, get paid. Now, we don't know that that's going to happen for reals, but we at least try because now we got tools that'll build stuff fast for us. Okay. All next week, that's all I'm doing is building more of these and launching them. So, okay, I says, here's what I want you to do. I want you to give me some ideas on how I can use Tally in a way that allows me to help myself and my clients make money. Again, this is not typical implied guarantee that you're going to make money. People that try to make money using these tools, these tactics, these tries, they make nothing. Sometimes they don't do anything. So at least we now have a chance. Now it was building this out. I can't say that I care for what it built out, but it looks pretty, doesn't it? Look at this. I forgot all about that one. It says I'll analyze. I should actually do something. Here's what. Let's do this. Watch this. We're going to take a snip of this. It's going to say, hey, you messed up memberships. So we put that back in. We put that back in and we says, you messed up memberships. And then it's going to go and start trying to do something. But y'all starting to see what it's doing already. It is trying to literally do what I asked it to do. All I asked it to do is, hey, Manus, tell me how I can make money from another tool. This is how this tool then makes money for us because it allows us to evaluate things. It allows us to look at things in a different way. It's going beyond ChatGPT because it's actually going out there doing more thinking, and then it will try to anticipate what it is you're actually wanting and trying to deliver to you. It anticipated that I wanted some kind of guide here, right? It anticipated this. Look at this. It says, great, I'll just build you a page. To which I says, thank you. You're going to build me a page? Oh, okay. Nah, it's not the greatest page, but I can work with this. Why? Because I can take it and I can do some, it's got, it's got the typical GPT purple, but that's pretty. Look at this. Your audience, it says it right here. Monetize your audience. Now, Manus is telling me how to make money with Tally. Now, I was just using Tally. I was just using it just so I can, do some stuff, right? Y'all saw it. Now, watch what I do next, y'all. This is crazy. I'm telling you. I says, hey, you got to do something about the membership. It didn't do the membership area well, right? You see that part is missing. So let's go fix it. So it'll do that in a minute. But look at this. Let's see if we can refresh it. Maybe it fixed it. Let's see. Refresh, fix. Nope, still didn't do anything. Bam. I need an image there, y'all. Come on. But look at this. Tally takes 0% commissions. You pay standard Stripe fees. Digital products. In other words, it's telling us what we could create with Tally. What we could use Tally for. A form builder. Are you kidding me now? Have I erased all reasons not to be out trying to create digital products? Remember, I talked about it all in December. So we got this tool here. Now, I actually have the paid version, but you can do pretty good damage with the free version. Trust me. I get mad at it from time to time and I like to, quit it and then come back to it, but because it just does some interesting things. All right. So Manus is out there doing some stuff for me now, right? It's got Manus 1.6. I think they just upgraded. Facebook owns Manus now. So, maybe we'll get some integration. We'll see. But it's going out there, it's doing some things. I said, you messed up the memberships. It says, I apologize for the oversight. It looks like the image for membership strategy card was missing, causing the alt text to display incorrectly. Great. Yes, right. All right. I generated and added the missing membership. Fantastic. All right. I just want to see the results. Don't tell me what you're doing. All right. Now that's how we want to talk to it. You see what it's doing here is saying, okay, cool. I can't say that I like these, but who cares? This stuff right here is being done for us. Look at that. They're deploying it now. But let's take a look at Tally again. Remember, it is a form builder that we get a chance to do some customization with, almost as if it's giving you a landing page to build. I could probably build a whole landing page from this because I know how to build these things. Now, it'll also let you put a domain on it. Does that sound just too familiar? Yeah. But now, don't get me wrong. You got to do some stuff here. You got to build some stuff. You see, first we got to do this. We got to add a logo. If we're going to add a logo, it says, okay, put a logo here. If we want to customize it, it got, stuff we can do on the side. So you go, okay, it's got, custom CSS. We can put in some of our own code. Oh my gosh. So I go, well, I still don't know how that's going to make me money. So I'm going to ask Manus a different question. Watch this. So remember, we were talking about, hey, Manus, I would like you to take a look at all the stuff that's going on in Tally right now. And I'm going to go and I'm going to drop that in, right? Bam, there it is. I'm going to drop this in and I'm going to ask it some questions. I'm going to just simply say, hey, look at this, and tell me, I should just use this, shouldn't I? Voice input. Hey, look at this and tell me. Watch this, y'all. Let's see if this works. Take a look at this form and tell me if this form shows, with all the people that are downloading very specific kind of forms, is this some kind of indicator of ways that I can make money? Maybe from the fact that so many people are downloading a particular kind of form. In one case, 50,000 times. Does that give us some kind of indication on ways we can make money from the fact that people are downloading tally forms? Okay. Now, y'all see what just happened, right? I talked, it typed. And it got it pretty good. Look at this. Hey, look, tell me, look at this. All right. So maybe from the fact that so many people. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and do that. All right. It's going to now look at this thing. Now, remember, it already built me something. So we ask ourselves, can Manus make us money? Because ultimately, all of these tools need to tell us that specific story. Yes? Can it make us money? And then we let it do what it do. Now, if we don't do this part, y'all, what are we doing? What are we doing with these tools? It's like saying, hey, thank you for the internet, but I'm not going to try to make any money on it. No. Back when internet was around, back when the internet was first introduced to us, we thought, hey, we're going to make a bag out of this. We're going to make some money. And then some people went out and made a lot of money, and then you may have made some. But then if we got these large language models and we've got AI, then our job is to go, I won't let what passed me by with the internet, what passed me by with Bitcoin, what passed me by with all these different things. I won't let it pass me by now. So that's why I'm on here saying, here's how we go about using these tools that are designed to help us make money. We use them, they use us. We use them hopefully more than they use us. And now it's telling us that it can do some things. I'm going to jump off of here while it's doing that. And I'm going to jump over to a presentation. So look at this. I did this. I said, well, let me go ahead and present this stuff. And I'm going to take a look at it in a different way. And I'm see if that we can, say some different things. Let me go over here real quick to enter full screen. And I'm going to go to the top, y'all. All right. I think I should go to the beginning. Monetizing strategy. Now, I got this from Manus. I got the information from Manus. And now I'm using another tool because Manus allowed me to use the information it gave me really quick to now go over and create a presentation. Y'all, are y'all seeing this? So that means if you create a presentation that fast, then what should you do next? Then you should present it. And then once you present it, then you go, okay, cool. Let me now create a book from it. And let me create a digital product from it. And let me create a app from it. And let me create a tool from it. Okay. I'm getting out of hand, but I can't help myself. This is what Manus created. Now, Manus didn't create this particular one because I've seen some of Manus's spreadsheets, or I've seen some of Manus's PowerPoints and presentations, and I'm not impressed. Just saying. They don't turn me on at all. But this one gave me good information. Why Tally Forms? Remember, I says, Manus, help me use Tally, another free tool to make money. And it says, well, of course, you can do this. Why Tally Forms for monetization? Look at this. Unlimited everything. The free plan includes unlimited forms and submissions, no hidden limits on your potential growth. Direct Stripe integration. You can literally put your Stripe information on a form. Wait, what? Yeah. And you thought that you had to have something super fancy? Something free to see if it works, because sometimes stuff we don't know if it works. So we try things, right? Launch your monetization strategy in days, not weeks. It's simple, powerful, and user friendly. Oh. So here it is. Look at this. 5 core monetization strategies. Each strategy leverages Tally's. Now, remember, I wanted to talk about Tally because it's a free tool, but I use Manus to tell me how. Because I was like, I don't know Tally. I know Google Forms. I know how you can make money with Google Forms. But it's saying, hey, look, digital products and services. You can sell ebooks, templates, consulting sessions, and more directly to your audience. Where? From a Tally. From a Tally form? Yeah. Now, Manus told me this. Now, it's up to us to listen, right? Are we going to listen to Manus? Or are we going to just say, Manus, you're lying? Sometimes they do. Donations and crowdfunding. Could you collect contributions for causes? Yep. Because you could do lead generation. We saw the templates. I'll get back to those in a minute. Paid consultations, monetize expertise through paid bookings and qualified lead generation. But also, y'all, hey, could you be lead generation for other companies? You should be. That's why I like talking about this stuff. It never gets old. Selling digital products and services. Tally simplicity and direct payment integration is ideal for selling digital products and services. From ebooks to coaching packages, you can create a professional sales experience in minutes. In how long? Right, minutes. No transaction fees beyond Stripes. Now, what are they doing? Tally wants you on app. They want you using its tool instead of something else. So they offer it for free. But when anything is free, then you're probably the customer. Right. So we ask ourselves a question. For not asking too much of me, Tally, other than learning you mean you're going to give me this for free? Yeah. And then Tally one day hopes that you use a particular tool that you need to pay for. And once you do that, once you pay for it, because you've used it and you say, I really like Tally and I want to use more. I want to send out more tallies. I want to send out more forms. And then it goes, well, to send out more forms, you got to pay us. But by that time, you could have gone out there and made a nice little bag for yourself. Just saying, look at this. Here's some opportunities. Look at this. Digital product pricing guide. Stuff that you could put on Tally. Now, is this typical, implied, guaranteed, or even promised? No. Is this for educational purposes and not financial advice? Yes. But look, I've sold ebooks for $7. I've sold them for more than that. Could you sell yours if it's a good one? Ebook guides, templates, and planners, creative assets, digital arts, put them on your Tally form, workshops, webinars, all that kind of stuff. Why? Because as you'll see here in a minute, Tally allows you to integrate so many different things on its form builder. That's the key. Implementation, digital products, create them, integrate them, optimize them, automate them, and get them out for sale. Donations, crowdfunding, all kinds of cool stuff that you can do with a simple Tally form. Now, who helped me create this? Manus. Could ChatGPT help me have helped me do this? Maybe. But this is what I did. Is I took the information that Manus created for me. I loaded it up into my presentation builder. The presentation got built. Bam. Done. Are y'all kidding me now? Nope, not kidding. Just saying. This is the key, y'all. And this is why I like to come on here and show you this stuff, to show you that these are all, yet another way we can go out there and make money for ourselves. No more of this getting extra jobs and all that. No, we do this stuff. This is our extra job. We spend our time doing this. And if you spend a lot of time doing this, you're going to get better, as I'm getting better. So use Tally to streamline your affiliate operations from application to payout. Create application forms to vet affiliates. Now, if you had affiliates for different products, you can vet them through your forms. Integrate with tracking software via webhooks. Process the commission payments, payouts through Stripe. Manage relationships. So now, wait, you can use this almost like a CRM? Yeah. Membership sites. While Tally lacks native reoccurring payments, creative workarounds enable membership models. So I can create a member. Now, I want to tell you this because there's a lot of places out there right now charging you $49 to $100 a month to be on their membership, the Circles of the world, the Claps, and what are all these different places, right? And you go, wait, why should I pay that when I can just start off with something like this? Just saying. I don't want to mess up nobody's game. Right? No harm, no foul. But look at this. Here's what's happening. Understanding your cost. Tally's pricing, Stripe fees. All right. So unlimited forms and submissions. The pro plan is $24 a month. But that's if you decide to do that. But you don't have to. Look at this. Unlimited forms and submissions with payment features included. So you could literally go out there and start attempting, as I say, because nothing's typical, implied, guaranteed, or even promised. Do you hate when people promise stuff? That's why I say this. I learned this from one of my online mentors, and I says, I'm using that. I just added one little extra thing, or even promised. He says it because it's true, and we like to be of truth and tell truths here. So, profitability example. Now, why do I talk about digital products all the time? Because the revenue is just so fantastic. And I say fantastic from the perspective of profit margin. Look at this. $47. If you sold a $47.83, you know how I do. Your fees are going to be at about $1.66 from Stripe. Your net revenue is this, because you don't have all these other fees from these other places. 96% profit margin. Not saying that it's going to happen, just saying that it could. We start looking at it. Now, I'm talking back and forth with Manus, and I'm saying, Manus, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. And then it says, well, I'll give you this. I create a presentation from this. I do the presentation on YouTube. YouTube maybe sends me a monetization check. I don't know. Maybe they don't. Some channels are monetized, some channels aren't. So, but then I chop it up into different ways, and I'm helping people. I say, get on my calendar. Somebody comes on the calendar and says, really walk me through this. And I go, I will. All you had to do was get on the calendar. You can ask me questions, right? Just saying. Be unafraid to ask questions as I go along. Right now, I'm going to tell you, you might want to get this app right now. I'm serious. Now, if you want to, again, get on my calendar, here's a place where you can get all my guides. I'm going to just let that scroll at the bottom. Look at that. It'll scroll at the bottom. You can get my guides. I should probably slow it down a little bit. It's going too fast. But no, go ahead and get my guides. Go over to getmyguides.com, www, HTTPS, whatever. Sometimes when you hit www, it doesn't go right over because I didn't integrate it right. Who cares about all that? But look at this. Week 2, product development. Create or refine your offering. Week 3, create the form. Week 4, launch and promote. I'm telling you, y'all, this stuff almost seems like it should be, I should probably charge for this. I should probably just start doing webinars and saying the webinars are, $50 to attend, because I'm giving away the gold and I want to see people convert. I want to see you go and use this stuff and then call me up and say, bro, I used it. I went over, I used Manus, and Manus told me also how to use Tally, but I got here first. And I'm telling you, all right, conversion optimization, email automation, trust building, data tracking, optimization is our best practice. We do this all of the time. We are out there showing you how to do this stuff. This is the key, y'all. This is what you avoid. Okay. Overcomplicating forms. You see how we're going to make them simple. Unclear value prop. Make sure you know what you're offering. Poor mobile experience. Make sure your form is mobile friendly. And follow up people. Follow up people. If they get in touch with you, follow up. Scaling your revenue. Start small, think big. Begin with one well executed strategy. Master it, optimize based on data, then expand complementary revenue streams. You see, start with a simple form. If you can start with a simple form, you can have success. Now, I say this not to suggest that it's typical, implied, guaranteed, or even promise that you will, but when we do these things, we have a better shot. That's the key. And like I said, we use these free tools. We use all of these tools that are available to us nowadays so that we can go out there and start doing this. Hopefully you're with me and you're a monetize your lifer like I teach you. I've taught you all of these things. I show you all these things. Now, what I want you to do, this is my call to you, is go out there and start monetizing. Start using the tools the best you can. Are y'all with me? This is what I do and teach and show all of the time. So now that I've given you that example, I've shown you some of these things here. All right. Now what I want to do is go back to Manus. And then remember, Manus was supposed to answer some questions for us, wasn't it? It was supposed to answer some questions for us. Now, what did it do for us? It didn't do anything. I'm looking at it right now, and I can tell you it didn't do anything. So let me go ahead and take a look. I'll let y'all see. All right, look at this. Manus. Manus is being mannish. All right, look at this. Oh, well, let's see what it did. Let's see. Identify market needs for monetization. Okay, so I put the PDF in. I asked it to do a couple of things. I said it's saying that it's going to identify market needs and monetization opportunity through high demand forms. Okay, that's what we asked it to do. How can it make us money? Is because it's going to go out there and identify the reason why so many people would ask for that kind of form. So it says I analyzed pages 1 through 10, identified popular templates and trends. Now it's going to ask additional high demand categories for market insights. Now, this right here is the key, y'all. We want market insights. So I've analyzed the downloaded data, and it provides a powerful heat map to where what is. It's not me saying it. It's what Manus is saying it. To where the money is. Now, this is what we want. The fact that the single lead generation form has over 50,000 downloads is your biggest clue. This is it. It proves that businesses are actually looking for solutions to capture leads. I've broken down opportunities into 4 specific strategies based on data. That's it. The lead gen opportunity, 50 plus thousand downloads. Don't just sell a form, sell a growth system that includes a CRM template, a guide on driving traffic. People want it. We give them what they want. We don't give them what's in our heart. Why? Because they may not want that. The event niche, 17,000 downloads. Organizers want to avoid Eventbrite fees. Uh-oh, Eventbrite, I'm coming after you. You can charge a flat fee to set up a zero commission ticketing system using Tally. What? Zero commission ticketing. Think about it. Freelancer operations, 15,000 downloads. Inquiry forms are huge. Bundle them into a freelancer onboarding kit. Y'all just get an idea? Now, you notice I didn't go to Google, and I've taught you other ways to find things, but now we're asking Manus, make us money, but don't just make us money from using this thing. Otherwise, it'll come up with some garbage and it'll say, oh, go dig ditches or something, and don't use your hands, whatever. Interactive marketing, 7,000 downloads. Quizzes are popular but hard to build. I know that to be true. I used to look up quizzes all the time, and I would go, Why isn't there something more and better? So, offer a high ticket service building complex marketing quizzes for brands. Now, you're going to be using the tools that told you what to do, like the Manuses of the world. And I'm not an affiliate for Manus either, darn it, but whatever. So now we got it, then does this. Look at this. It does an executive summary for us. Are you kidding me right now? It does all of that. Now I could ask it more stuff, just like one of your GPTs. Once it gives you information, now we have an ability to ask it even deeper and more questions, right? We start thinking about it a little bit more and we say, okay, how would this look if I went deeper? Now, I'm not going to do that today, but we could go deeper. We could go into things that lead to things. What if I says, now create this for me? I don't want to use up all my credits on this live, but I'm just saying, sell growth systems. All right. So let's go create a growth system tool. Are y'all with me? Are y'all seeing the possibility here? Now I've shown you a couple things. Now what I did was I put it over on another document, right? So I put it on a document and I says, okay, I even let it tell, man, this is the author. No, man, I pay for you. I own your stuff. So then I had it literally create just a little bit of a thing, monetization guy. I use this to create my presentation because it showed me different things, profit margin, da, da, da. You see how this is done? Now, I remember one of my online mentors said this. He says, information put differently can, make you rich. So we say that with the idea that here's just information. This is just basic chat GPT-ish type stuff. But now we put it into a different format. Oh, well, we just did a presentation. Yeah. Then we take the presentation and we make the presentation into a flip book. And then we take the flip book and we sell the flip book, or we give the flip book away for emails. Now we know that emails, if I'm able to have somebody on my email list, we should be able to earn at least $1 per person on your email list per month. Not typical, implied, guaranteed, or even promised, but is it possible? Yeah. I get leads all the time for my ebooks, for my flip books. Yeah. And then at some point, could you put all those together and bundle them and offer those? Yeah. Could you one day put them together and do a workshop on them? Yeah. Could you show people how you did it? Yeah. You seeing it? Now, I don't want to sit here and assume that, oh my gosh, this is easy for you, Randy, but your stuff's missing. I just told you the whole steps. I use Manus. I didn't just go in there and say, make me money, Manus. I did very specific things. I said, Manus, show me how to use this tool. Nah, not just use it because I don't want to just use it. But how would I use this tool? And then it goes, oh, let's do this. And then it says, would you like me to show you what you could do with that tool? Yeah, because I don't know it. I am not that familiar with Tally, but I'm more familiar with it now. So much so that I can talk to you about it. So much so that I'm getting curious about it. Even when I come across a tool, y'all, when I come across a tool that I don't know, now what I do is I get on my GPT wagon and I says, I don't know this tool. So then am I even in a position to say, well, if I don't know the tool, to sell the tool? Yeah. In fact, I got something coming out. I'm just going to tease y'all with it today. All right, my pastors and preacher friends in here, close your ears. But the piece that I'm writing coming up is called "How to Make Money from Shit You Don't Understand." Wait, what? So the ideal is, even if we don't understand it, we can still make money from it. Well, how? Do I need to understand it? No, because I got a big brain that'll understand it. And if the big brain understands it, then it's my job to go, the big brain understands it. I just need to package it and help people do something with it. What's up, this Dilsithilu? Dilsithilu. I got a lisp, man, so leave me alone. Dilsithilu. So that's the whole idea, y'all. That's it. This is how we start thinking about using Manus. We're going to be using Manus free tool to make us money. That's it. That's the whole thing. How do we use Manus to make us money? We use the tool to answer questions for us. We then create from the questions that have been answered. Are y'all with me? This is it. This is it in a nutshell. We do stuff like this. We use the tool to then provide us with ways we can manipulate the information. We manipulate the information so that it can help us help other people. Are y'all with me? If you're with me, then you understand. If you're with me, share, like, present the information. I need to get my views up. I need 3,000 more views. I know, 3,000 more hours. Help me get